going to go ahead and get started. We're going to be making an Easter egg topiary out of items that I got at the Dollar Tree mostly and a few other places, but you can also find most of these supplies at the Dollar Tree. We're going to be using 2 of these styrofoam eggs. They come in a 2-pack from the Dollar Tree. We're going to be using some napkins of your choice. We're going to be using one of these pencil cups from the office supply section of the Dollar Tree. We're going to be using 2 different colors of chalk paint, Waverly in the color Pink Sky and Ballet Slipper, and then also a purple color. This is Craft Smart in the color Grape Taffy. I picked colors that were in my napkin. I'm going to be using some of this to put a primer coat on my plastic cup, because when you paint on plastic, sometimes it chips easily, so this gesso is really good. It's by Folk Art. You could just use chalk paint though. I'm going to be using a scraper, scissors, a wood dowel. You can get these wood dowels at Dollar Tree. We're going to be using some of the reindeer moss. Dollar Tree does sell it. Mine was out, so I got this bag at Walmart. And we're going to be using some styrofoam to stuff down in our cup to put our topiary into, and our dryer. Some Mod Podge, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and paint our cup, but to get these stickers off, sometimes these are hard to remove, so you can just heat up the adhesive with your heat tool. And then I bought these plastic scrapers off Amazon. I will put in the description box below the link for the ones I got. It comes with lots of these little plastic blades, so they're going to last a very long time. But then you just take it after you've heated up the adhesive, get up under that sticker, and look how easily this sticker is coming off. It's a game changer for crafting, y'all. These little scrapers to get that adhesive off. And then once you get it going, you can usually just peel it right off. If there's any residue, just take the sticker itself and kind of put it back down on there. We're going to paint on the primer first, which this gesso is. And I'm just going to squirt a little bit right here on this parchment paper and paint a coat of this on. And then we're just going to dry this. And then we're going to come in with our base coat color, which is going to be the Pink Sky. Once we're done painting it, we're going to dry it. Then we're going to set it to the side and let it continue to dry. And then we will dry brush on some of that lighter Ballet Slipper pink. The Craft Smart purple paint, we're going to paint our dowel rod because my napkin has this pretty purple in it. So we're just going to paint it that color. And then we'll dry this off. And then we can set it to the side. If you've watched me for very long, I like to use these little fan brushes to dry brush with. So now I'm just going to take, and we're going to dry brush on some of this lighter Ballet Slipper pink, just to tone down that darker pink color. And then I do go and add some dry brushing with a white color as well. Just go around and see if there's anywhere else we need to add a little bit more. I'm happy with that. We're just going to fold that over so we can use this for our Mod Podge. We're going to take our eggs. And these are just white styrofoam eggs. And like I said, I got these at the Dollar Tree. They come 2 in a bag. And then we're going to take out a napkin. And I got these at TJ Maxx. And what you want to do, you want to take off all the extra plies of your napkin. And I like to use painter's tape for this. You're going to take the tape on the corner on each side. It looks like it's a 3-ply, and 2 of them are coming off at once. So we're just going to go ahead. It just helps you get that corner started, and then very carefully remove it until you can see that there is no other napkin left on there. All right, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and take that tape carefully off that corner. We're just going to take this napkin and tear it into pieces. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead. I want to have the smaller end on top, and we're going to put the wood skewer on the bottom of this first one. And it's going to be a little topiary, so there's going to actually be two. For now, we're just going to do the small hole, and then when we actually attach it, we'll be doing a bigger hole. So for now, we're going to go ahead and put the wood skewer in the center on the bottom of each egg. And that'll just make it easier as you're Mod Podging. You have something to hold on to, and then we can stick it in here in the actual piece of styrofoam as we are letting them dry. I'm going to use a dauber today. All right, and we're just going to take and dab on some Mod Podge onto the egg first. And you may want to work in sections. And then you're going to take your pieces of napkin and just start laying it down on the Mod Podge. Kind of tap it down, and then you can take your dauber and put some more Mod Podge on the top. Put a little bit more Mod Podge over to the side, then take another piece of napkin, and you can overlap it. Overlap your napkin, and then daub it on. So simple to do this, y'all. And then I'm going to continue that process until I have applied the napkin to both eggs. And we're going to set these aside and let them dry. Well, now the eggs are dry, and look how beautiful these turned out. They are absolutely gorgeous, y'all. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our styrofoam cone, and we want to fit it down in here. I'm going to cut the top off. And then we want this to go down in there until it's kind of snug. So we're just going to kind of mark where that is just by scraping across right there. And then I'm going to cut a little bit below that. I'm going to take my diagonal cutter, cut that in half, and that's pretty close. And we're going to go ahead and dry fit down inside our egg, and we're going to stick this down in this side of the top of this egg. It's going to be a little topiary tree, and then we'll put this one in the bottom of this one. Now for this middle one, we don't need it to be quite as long, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. Cut that little piece off. We don't need it to be quite as long. So we're going to go ahead and start by gluing in this first. And we're just going to take some glue and put it around this edge right here. Just like that. Just stick it down in there like that. And we're gonna be putting some moss. Some of this moss down in there. So I'm going to go ahead and squirt some more glue down in there on top of that. And then we're just going to lay some moss in there. Okay, and then we're going to squirt a little more glue and lay some more moss on top of that. Just make a little bed of this reindeer moss. Now this is our bottom egg, so we're going to go ahead and work our way through that moss and then push it down into the styrofoam. And I'm going to go ahead and squirt some glue. And then we're going to go back down through the moss into that styrofoam. All right, and then we're going to take our next wood dowel, stick it down in, just like so. And then we're going to take our top egg. I'm going to squirt some glue down in the hole. And then we're going to push it down on the wood dowel, leaving a little bit of the purple stick exposed. Just like so. Now I went and looked through my stash and I found this piece of lace that's going to fit just about perfectly around this vase. And I'm just going to take my hot glue tool here and we're going to add a little bead of glue just around that very top part. And I'm going to do this in sections. And I'm just going to add it right here at the very top to where that is going to overlay onto the very top of the vase, just like that, and kind of cover up the top part of that vase because I think it's just going to give it a much more finished look. So I'm just going to put a very, very thin, if you had a detail hot glue tool, that would be good, but I've just got my larger one, and we're going to make that one work just by putting a very thin bead of hot glue, and that's working well. So we're going to continue all the way around the top. Look how pretty that looks, y'all. I love the way that looks. I've just tied a bow like you would to tie your shoe. And let's see, let's get these tails more even here. Then I'm going to cut some dovetails in it. I'm just going to take the ribbon, fold it over in half, and cut up at an angle, and it makes some pretty dovetails. So I'm just going to put a dab of hot glue on the back of our bow, and I'm going to glue this on the purple stick between the two eggs. And I'm going to keep it simple because I just absolutely love the way this looks. And this project is complete. And I am just thrilled with how this turned out. I hope you're going to give this a try. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and click the bell so you'll always know when I put up new content. Like the video and drop a comment down below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.